What can I say that hasn't been said already about this utter rancid gutter trash known as Masters of the Universe Revelation? This had so much going for it. The animation, the music, the voice cast, so much promise, so much potential, and they just threw it all away. I seriously don't know how anyone could possibly like this, especially when they what they do to Tila. This Tila, not the real Tila. No, no, no. The real Tila still exists. This Tila is a narcissistic douche nozzle. There's no other way to put it. She doesn't give a damn about anything but her own pathetic little self. And the only kind of people that like this or are okay with this are they themselves narcissistic douche nozzles. Just because an intellectual property exists and it was good in the past and it still exists does not give you carte blanche to destroy it here and now. And that's exactly what they did. All the characters pretty much got assassinated and replaced with body doubles, but dear fuck, Tila got the worst treatment there was. I so yeah, and I keep reading, and I read that IGN thing, and it's like, oh my goodness, it's neither a successor nor is it a what if scenario, and it's definitely not wonderful at all. I just because it has to be one or the other. If it's going to be a successor, if it's going to be a spiritual successor, it has to stay faithful to the source material. Does it? No. It does not stay faithful to the source material at all. Whatsoever. And is it a good what if scenario? No, it isn't. Because again, Tila is so thoroughly unpleasant. No one would ever want to be around her in reality. Nobody. Absolutely nobody would ever want to be around that. And nobody should ever be around something like that, somebody like that. Because that kind of a person is what's known as a drain. They drain people. They drain you. When you're around someone like this, that's so thoroughly narcissistic and nasty and just rude and just so wrapped up in their own little world, when you get done dealing with that person, you feel as though you ran a 7-mile marathon after being deprived of sleep for 2 days. That's how drained you feel. Because they are just that bad. And that's exactly what this Tila is, a drain. And the only kind of people that like that are they themselves drains. None of the characters series are there. None. Make them look as deplorable as possible to promote the strong women who don't need nobody. Tila is not strong. She is the weakest here. This is the weakest iteration of Tila I have ever seen in my life. I don't understand this. And quite frankly, I don't want to understand how people can get strength mixed up with might. You can have all the might in the world, but if you lack character, all three of those characteristics that is necessary. It's absolutely necessary for any character to have, she lacks. And but the but what really drove it home that this entire series is just filled to the brim with nothing but hatred and vitriol and nastiness was Skeletor. I shit you not, Skeletor says this line to the race swapped, yes, no, maybe so, lesbian girlfriend Attila, Andra. This face is weathered by women not wanting to be with me as a man. Oh my fucking god. Are you an incel? They made Skeletor an incel. They had the nerve, the audacity, the unmitigated gall to take one of the best supervillains. Yeah, he was campy, he was cheesy, but it was great. And they turned him into Elliot Rodger. Are you fucking mental? You are so without any scrap of talent whatsoever. You don't have anything that you can create. You are bereft of anything at all that is even remotely could possibly ever be considered talent. You cannot create. You can only corrupt and you can only destroy, and we have borne witness to that with this absolute garbage that's being placed before us as though it were filet mignon. I can't believe this shit. I can't believe there are people defending this shit. I can't believe there are people that like this shit. If you like this, you are not a pleasant person to be around. I've said this before, and I ain't saying it again. You are a drain. You are a narcissistic douche nozzle that only gives a shit about yourself. That is the only way. That is the only way anybody at any time could ever possibly, like Masters of the Universe Revolution, more like the Menstruations of the Universe Revulsion. Thank you, Mannix. I took some of what you said and mixed it in together, so thank you. Seriously, this is just the worst He-Man I have ever seen, and he's barely in the thing. Yeah. And you want to know something? I never thought I would ever say it's not okay to like something. Ever in my entire life, I would never have imagined I would get to the point of saying this is not okay to like. But I've done it twice now. Twice in my life. I've had to say that. The first time was with cuties. That ain't okay to like. Okay? Let's be straight. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Let's be real honest here. That was titty porn. Soft core, but semantics. The less said about that, the better. And now, here, Masters of the Universe. I just. And another thing on Tila, she doesn't have a real fear. She doesn't. She's afraid of that she's too good, that she's too awesome. That's not a real fear. And if anyone says, "Oh, it's a fear of achievement," no. Fear of achievement is fearing what other people will think of your achievements. And fear of victory, which is different, is you constantly doubt yourself and you sabotage yourself and you never reach your full potential. You always constantly wonder if you are good enough. You don't worry that you're not, admitting that you're super powerful. No. No, 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 no. You always second guess yourself. You always question yourself. Did I do the right thing? Was this the right decision? Am I going to make the right decision? What? It's a constant worry. Those are real fears, and you just don't. And you don't get over real fears like that. That does not happen. That does not happen ever. I, yeah. But the last thing about this Tila is when they got to Preternia. She became Amber. Yeah. Amber from Invincible took over Tila. And that's why I say she's a drain. That's why I say she's a narcissist. That's why I say she's nasty. That's the reason why no one should like this. Because I know what I would do if if I was in that position. I'm going to prefer. I would actually want to save the world, and I wouldn't have to be guilt tripped into it like Tila was by Cringer. Yeah, remember that? Because I remember. Yeah, she's not a hero. She's not an anti-hero. She's just a dick. She's closer to a villain than anything. No. But back to what I was saying before. If I was in that position and I got to Preternia and I saw my friend who I'd grown up around standing there, I have not seen this friend in years. I wouldn't care how angry I was at him. I would run at breakneck speed and give him a big old bear hug. I wouldn't do what Tila did. I'd probably smack him real hard in the arm for not telling me a secret. I'd probably smack him real hard in the arm for not telling me a secret.